Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of One Take. So, in the running, hiking, and walking worlds, there is a little rule of thumb that you should always look out ahead of you by 6 to 8 feet. And the reason behind that is that, it's fairly obvious, but the reason behind that is so you take in more of your environment as you're walking, hiking, running, moving forward. So you can anticipate things that are going to happen. You can interpret the context of the world around you. And frankly, so you don't trip and fall or fall off a cliff or step into something or run into another human being. If you're just constantly looking down kind of at your feet, or if you're just always looking out way out into the far distance, you're not going to see anything. Your perspective is going to be different. Now, I think this is a great lesson and a great rule to follow in our personal lives and our business lives. And no, I don't mean in some sort of weird throwback social distancing type of way, although more power to you, but in how we come across, interpret, and react to people in situations. So, in a personal life, think about it. In most cases, we're humans. We default to simple things. We default to the easiest thing. We default to the things that we know. So, we have a tendency to judge a book by its cover. When you come across someone or you see someone at an event, we automatically start to size them up. We don't take into the context of them or what's going on with them. That would be the 6 to 8 foot view. But normally we kind of keep it close to ourselves and we do that 1 to 2 foot where we're just kind of looking down and see how it compares to us. And we miss out on things. Maybe that person at an event that we think is, kind of closed off and aloof and doesn't really want to talk to anybody, just nervous. And they're thinking the same thing about us because we're kind of looking at them the same way because we're adapting to their view. And if you think about it in a business standpoint, there's a couple different things. One, I had a boss years ago that in front of about a handful of people just started, I don't know, said something I don't even remember, but just something that just kind of set me off a little bit. And he looks at me and he starts just laughing. He goes, "Jason, you're way too easy." And it took me a few minutes to realize that it was a life lesson. It was a management lesson. The fact that we can't just look straight down. We can't just look at that first foot or two across from us. We have to take into the context of what's going on. Had I paid attention, I would have seen the smirk on his face. I would have realized that there's no reason for this. And he was just trying to egg me on, testing me, if you will. Or taking into account a vendor that I started looking into, and they sent me some data to see for sales, some data. And there was a company's name that was incorrect. They didn't have the new company name, the newer company name, but I still knew who they were. But I immediately thought, well, hell, if they can't get something this simple right, how the crap am I supposed to trust the rest of their data? That's the 2 foot view. If I went out to the 6 to 8 foot view, I would have seen that this is a simple thing. It's probably a database field in their technology that just needs to be updated. The reality is all of those lenders that use this tech haven't changed, and everyone knows it by both names, probably more by the old one than anything else. And that would have helped me better understand. Thankfully, I came to that realization. But Ted Lasso would say, be curious, not judgmental. Curious is the 6 to 8 foot view. That's taking into account everything around us. Judgmental is that 1 to 2 foot view that really is just about us. So keep that in mind next time you're out there in the business world, or frankly, you're out there hiking across the street. 6 to 8 feet out in front of you. Take the context, get the context, understand what's going on, and be curious, not just judgmental. Thank you, Mr. Lasso. This is One Take. Make it a great day.